Hello, beautiful people. It's Sinderfam. Welcome to the channel. Today, we're going to be checking this video from Dog in Exile. And it's titled Sonny Hostin Gets Caught. The View host shut down by reality. Okay. Interesting. I'm excited to check this one out to hear what Doug have got to say. Let's check it out.
Sonny Hostin says we have white privilege. More like what privilege? She gets shut down by reality. Wait till you see this clip. She gets utterly embarrassed. Welcome to Doug in Exile. This is where the happy patriots are. As we mock the left for a complete flip out, they're always going off on their lefty issues, none of them dealing with the reality.
Clark.
That's Caitlin Clark getting massively chucked by a member of the other team. Blatant, brazen foul after being called a B. Look, here's Colin Rugg on Twitter. WNBA basketball player Caitlin Clark gets cheap shotted, called a B word. And then Angel Reese stands up to celebrate. We'll get to that. Let's watch.
Call. The question is, will they call it unnecessary? Kennedy Carter.
Okay, will it be unnecessary roughness or will it just be normal roughness? Will this be a racist shot or will this be called a normal shot by a black player who came up blatantly, calls her a B, and then chucks her to the floor, Caitlin Clark? Remember, Sonny Hostin's coming up and totally gets it wrong, and we're going to mock her for it because everyone should make fun of The View because they don't have a grip on reality. Okay, that's Angel Reese on the bench, one of the teammates of the girl who chucked Caitlin Clark to the ground. And she stands up and cheers like, hooray, you got her. Remember, this is Caitlin Clark, who Sonny has said has some kind of privilege.
I do think that there is a thing called pretty privilege.
What about the black players? Is Sonny saying that black female players are not pretty the way a white player like Caitlin Clark is? Because I think the black female basketball players, some of them are really pretty.
There is a thing called white privilege.
There's a thing called white privilege. It explains nearly zero of why some people succeed and some people fail. Merit is probably far more important. But to Sonny, they got to keep overplaying that victim card because they're trying to foment minorities to hate whites. That's her goal. Believe me, if there's all this privilege being handed out, I want my free money. Where's my free white guy money at, Sonny?
There is a thing called tall privilege.
Yeah, I'm 6'8". I'm tall. Okay, who in the WNBA? They're all tall. Are the taller ones? How come they can't outscore Caitlin Clark? Because guess what she does? She has a killer three-pointer. That's what she's famous for. Being able to shoot from nearly the half-court line, even though she is somewhat tall, she's not as tall as the tallest player who have some kind of privilege, according to Sonny. Tom Cruise is short, famous, one of the most highest paid guys in the world, and he's tiny. What do you mean tall privilege? I'm 6'8".
You want to know the problem? Every time they want to play victim and see something wrong, I don't get. Because this tall privilege, pretty privilege, white privilege and stuff, remember, in basketball too, there is the black privilege, or have I forgotten? Because look at what was done to Caitlin. If it was a white person that did that to a black player, it would have been a problem. So why is that acceptable? Like, it honestly don't make sense. And this is what people want to be accommodating and accepting and be like, oh, she should grow up or still name her names. I mean, why the jealousy? It don't make sense. But let's go on.
Tall privilege. I'm 6'8". Where's my freebies? Where's my free stuff? You know, when I use the bathroom, when I'm in a flight, if I ever took a movie of what that was like, you would not say I had a tall privilege.
And we have to acknowledge that.
Actually, I don't have to acknowledge white privilege. I absolutely refuse it. And I mock you and resent you for saying I have to. I don't. There's no such thing. You're a liar. There is no white privilege. As I said before, what privilege? Your peer pressuring doesn't work on me. You don't get to control my values, even though you're famous and you're rich. Mostly we just mock you. But this is where they truly undermine and destroy their own argument in this last clip.
Part of it is about race, because if you think about the Brittany Griners of the world, you know, why did she have to go to play in Russia?
They wouldn't pay
because
her.
they wouldn't pay her.
Wow.
Because she was black, but because they didn't believe in the WNBA.
Okay, now this gets so confusing that Whoopi and Sonny just absolutely overlap each other. I nearly have to unpack this every word. Okay, it's time to play. Can you possibly follow this line of reasoning? Here goes. I'm going to chop it up a little bit to help walk you through it.
Part of it is about race, because if you think about the Brittany Griners of the world.
Okay, first point. Sonny says this is about race. Think about the Brittany Griners of the world. Okay, are you following this yet?
You know, why did she have to go to play in Russia?
They wouldn't pay her.
So Sonny Hostin has already said this is about race because she had to go to Russia because she couldn't get paid here in women's basketball. Are you following it so far?
Wouldn't pay her.
Because they wouldn't pay her, not because she was black.
Okay, Sonny says it's about race, but now Whoopi says they wouldn't pay her, not because she's black, so it's not about race, says the black woman, Whoopi.
But because they didn't believe in the WNBA.
Americans don't believe in the WNBA is why Brittany Griner didn't get paid and had to go to Russia, even though Caitlin Clark is a better player and is the highest paid woman in the WNBA. It doesn't make any sense. None of this. It's a giant car wreck. These women, their brain, it's mush. It's just oatmeal. If you opened up their head, it would be a bowl of clam chowder. There is no brain in there. They make no sense. They can't back anything up with logic.
Absolutely.
Even bringing up a relevant example like Brittany Griner has nothing to do with this. Every time they try to tie it, there's no tie to the point made of white privilege or male privilege or tall privilege or beauty privilege. How about just Caitlin Clark's a really good basketball player, and she got chucked by a black female basketball player just because she was a bad person or had a bad attitude. I'm dug in exile.
Thank you, Doug. Exactly my thoughts. Because you see these ladies on The View, they always want to attach race to a conversation or to something. Like, come on, make it make sense. I don't understand the rage and the jealousy all of these women have towards Caitlin Clark. She's just good, and they're sad because she is making the WNBA tons of money, and they are not excited. But I mean, this is the scheme for them to say women supporting women and stuff and that. But again, they can't stand it, and obviously they are jealous of Caitlin Clark, and they have to always attach something with race, which don't make sense, honestly. But Doug just honestly finished the ladies on The View. Oh my god. But let me know what your thoughts are in the comment down below. I'm sure tons of people have interesting things to share. I really love you to share that. You can share the useful information you think might be really helpful. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and all of that stuff. And until next time, see you in the next video.